I couldn't stay in the house for 5 minutes at a time back then. I need to get out. I'd pop out to the VG just for something to do, just to be out of the house. Pick up a tin of beans or some such, toilet paper. She always liked to have a lot of toilet paper in, quilted stuff. So I kept a stock up, just in case. Well, somebody might come round. Or it might snow. Anyway, we wouldn't have been short of toilet paper, or beans, or straws. The boys liked a straw when they came over, in the drinks, lemonade, what have you. Till Lisa put a stop to it after the hot chocolate incident. I know, Jill, I know. I just didn't think. Poor Charlie. I do feel bad still. I should never have made it so hot. You just don't get any warning with a straw. So, I nipped down to the dining room and get out my little electrics toolbox, fish out the screwdriver and whip the back off the plug. There's quite a bit of scorching round the connections. Yes, it's definitely had some sort of overload, this plug. It's quite dusty inside. So I take all the wires out and give it a brush with the old toothbrush that I keep in there. And then I go and fetch a 3-amp fuse from the bit of straw in the kitchen, cut the ends off the wires and strip back the plastic and pop it all back together. If it doesn't work now, it'll need a bit more attention than I can give it, but we'll cross that bridge, Jill? And so I plug it in and flick the switch. Well, there's definitely a little hum coming from the transformer. Either that or my tinnitus is getting worse. No, see, Jill, I can feel it buzzing under my hand, so that's a good sign. But then, when I try the track controller, nothing. Not a squeak out of the logo. I wonder if Dan has a multimeter. I'd need to check all the connections to get to the bottom of this, but nothing doing tonight. I'd have to wait for another day. So, turn the power off, and I'm about to undo the track, but I can still hear something. Sounds like a fly or something. Something buzzing. I did turn off the transformer, so it's definitely not that. It sounds like a fly, but no, it's not in my head, Jill. No, actually, it sounds too even a noise for a fly, too steady. Not like a fly buzzing around a room. I don't realise it. It's coming from next door. Glynis must be doing something. Something buzzy. I can't think what. Sounds like a little fan or something she's got going. Whatever could it be, Jill? She doesn't use an electric shaver, does she? Of course not. I used to have a filly shave when I was a younger man, but what would Glynis be doing with a filly shave? Her legs? Really, Jill, would she? Then I hear her, Glynis, in the room next door, just through the wall. She's making a little noise. A bit like there's a little pain starting somewhere. Just a discomfort. Perhaps the Dyson has disturbed her. Oh, it's not that late. It's only about 8:30. But she's definitely bothered about something. It's like a little whimpering, as if she's not quite comfortable with something. Not like a cramp or anything, not a full-on pain, more like a tired, achy sort of pain that's bothering her. And then she gets a bit louder, so perhaps it's getting worse. Oh, maybe I should go round and check she's all right. It's definitely getting louder. She sounds as if she's getting angry now. Well, cross, as if something is starting to annoy her. But then, for some reason, suddenly I feel a bit uncomfortable in myself, as if I'm overhearing something I shouldn't, like I'm eavesdropping. So I nip next door to our bedroom and I get my reading glasses and I pop back downstairs to do the quick crossword and leave her to it, as it were. Whatever it is. As it happens, there's a Steve McQueen film on, Papillon, on BBC Two, about the prisoner who jumps off a cliff to escape from the prison island. So that's the rest of the evening done. True story based on. All that time on his own. Don't bear thinking about. What must it do to your mind? I've always liked Steve McQueen. He was no age when he died. Just half the crossword to go to. I'm thinking I'll finish it when I'm eating my porridge in the morning, so I'll take myself up the stairs to Bedfordshire, and I think I'd better just pop into Lisa's room and make sure the rail track is not too untidy. I don't want anyone tripping over it in the dark. Well, I don't know who, Jill, but it just feels better to have it tidy. I'll pick up the pieces I haven't used and pop them back into the box. I'm a bit relieved that the buzzing has stopped from Glynis's side, I must say. But then I hear her again. I can't make it out exactly, but I think she's crying. Oh, what's she crying for? Oh, don't cry, Glynis. I'm saying it to myself, really, not out loud. But I don't like to think of her upset. I wasn't mean to her, Jill. She was fine. It's just, well, she can be a little bit daft on occasion, you know. I know she means well, I do, but sometimes it just grates a little. No, I'm not saying that's why Larry left. But, well, no, Larry was, he was out of order. What was he doing taking up with that young girl? She was barely out of nappies. What, 24 or something? Him 53, it's not right. What she saw in him, I don't know. But that was no way to treat Glynis anyway. Nobody deserves that. She's got a good heart, Glynis. He wasn't my friend, Jill. He was just my neighbour. I know I was friendly to him, but that's how you should be, isn't it? Friendly? I threw him a bridge when they came, but you did too, to Glynis, didn't you? That was the right thing to do. How was I to know he was going to turn out to be such a piece of... I'm not going to say it, Jill. I'm just thinking it, that's all. I tidy up my toolbox and pop it back down to the sideboard in the dining room. Oh, I can't stop thinking about poor old Glynis when I do eventually get to bed. Oh, I have had a few things to sort out. I wanted to get my socks hung up on the dryer in the spare room, so it was getting on a bit by the time I'd done my teeth and sorted my next batch of laundry for the morning. It's never ending, it seems. It's only me. I don't know how Jill coped when we were all at home. Parts of it there must have been. She never complained. Well, you didn't seem to mind anyway. But I hit the light switch and I can't stop thinking about poor old Glynis sobbing her little heart out. What's to be done, eh? Or maybe I could take her out somewhere. I don't know, though. It's all the planning I have trouble with. She wants to go to the pictures or something or out to dinner, but to be honest, I can't be doing with all that fuss. Why does there have to be such a palaver? I'd sooner just go for a stroll along the canal or just walk into Howden and have a cup of tea at the olive tree and then walk home again. That's what we used to like to do, isn't it, Jill? Just a little excursion of an afternoon. Slice of cake. Not all this gadding about and getting dressed up. I can't be doing with it all. I'm too old. Now, if she were content, we could take the bus out to Goole and have a wander round the reserve at Oakhill, round the lake. Stop in the Heights for half an hour or so and see what we could spot. Herons or a grebe or something. I don't expect she's interested in the natural world, to be honest. Birds and bees, maybe, but